In a report by ProPublica, we now have the names of the two killers that took the life of VA nurse Alex Preddy. This man's name is Jesus Jesse Ochoa. Investigative journalist Jacqueline Sweet compiled and posted these two photos of Ochoa, who is 43 years of age.
Hey, if he got a mustache like that, go the opposite way, bro. He's prepared to pepper spray and use all type of lethal forces. Stay away from a man like that in uniform with a mustache like that. Stay away.
He, like the next person you will see, was assigned to Operation Metro Surge that is costing the taxpayers millions of dollars. Ochoa has been with Border Patrol since 2018. The second person named by ProPublica and identified by Sweet is this individual, Raimundo Gutierrez, who is 35 years of age. He joined U.S. Customs and Border Patrol in 2014. It should be noted, these are well-trained folks. They have been with these agencies for enough time that the rhetoric from, say, New York Senator Chuck Schumer does not fit, that they need more training. It's just a lie at this point. Explain this.
So hold on. My question is, like, what is the narrative though? Like, what is the real narrative? Okay. So both of them guys have very Spanish, Latino type of names, even the last name is very like Spanish. So what is the narrative? Is it ICE is racist or they're just super violent? I'm trying to see what the narrative is because it seemed like most of the officers, or at least the ICE agents, are not white people. Now there are white people that's like within that group, but it's like there's multiple different races between ICE. So like, is it like the people versus ICE, or is it like what is the narrative? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I need to do like more research, or maybe look at more videos to understand like what is the narrative with ICE versus the people, or the protesters versus ICE. Like, what is the narrative? I gotta look it up.
Senator Schumer, explain this to Alex Preddy's family. This is the image that will haunt them forever. It is the image that will haunt Minnesotans forever. It is the image that will haunt the Trump administration. What training went into this shot and those that followed? This was murder. From J. David McSwain of ProPublica. Ochoa, who goes by Jesse, graduated from the University of Texas Pan American with a degree in criminal justice, according to his ex-wife, Angelica Ochoa, a longtime resident of the Rio Grande Valley. Ochoa had for years dreamed of working for the Border Patrol, and he would finally land a job there, she would state. By the time the couple split in the year 2021, he became a gun enthusiast with about 25 rifles, pistols, and shotguns per Angelica. Let's read that last line one more time, okay? By the time they had split in the year 2021, Ochoa had become a gun enthusiast with about 25 rifles, pistols, and shotguns. His ex-wife would say all of this to ProPublica.
Bro, if it wasn't for the thing that he did, his ex-wife wouldn't even have nothing to say. Like, I feel like if she had all that information, why didn't she put that out before he did what he did? It's like, bro, it be your own people. It really be your own people that's really trying to like take you out, bro. It's your own people. Like, that's crazy how they all of a sudden get the ex-wife to make a statement, and they split up like 5 years ago, damn near 5 years ago. That's crazy.
I want to be clear, when they're doing these recruitments, I really don't think they have any protocols at all. All you need is to be racist. You need to not care about your fellow man, and you need to have a pulse. Part. Okay? But if they were to draw up a supporter of the regime, and they were to employ said supporter of regime, this is like the model, guys. This is their base of support. This is who they would recruit. This is who they would try to have outreach with. This is someone they would follow up with. This fits the mold of who they want, doing these different, to borrow their words of Muslim people, invasions on the streets of this country. This guy fits the billing to a freaking T. More from ProPublica. Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee, in a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi, accused the DOJ of covering up evidence in both Preddy's and Good's killings. DOJ has also blocked prosecutors and agents from cooperating with state law enforcement officials and prevented state officials from accessing evidence, per the letter. It's a cover-up because it seems to be a theme. Thus, you hear rhetoric like this.
With respect, it feels as though in some ways you're blaming the victim here.
The victims are the Border Patrol agents. I'm not blaming the Border Patrol agents. The victim are the Border Patrol agents. The suspect put himself in that situation. The victims are the Border Patrol agents there.
And like this. Stephen Miller called Alex Preddy an assassin who tried to murder federal agents. None of this is true, and it is pure fear-mongering through misinformation.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead.
And now, of course, with all the fallout,
Yeah, I don't know about that because, like, in any other circumstances, like he'll be considered getting jumped. You know what I'm saying? So, like, in any other circumstance, he would have been a victim. You know, like say it was 5 civilians versus him, and the 5 civilians was jumping on him. He would look like the victim, especially if one of them pull out like a strap and start, you know what I'm saying, shooting at him. He would be a victim in that situation. So, like, it's like it's crazy. Like, I don't know. They're the power in the situation, so it's like you kind of like you're fighting an entity. You're not just fighting one person. You're fighting an entity, so it's kind of hard to kind of like win that battle. But for sure, if it was any other circumstance, that guy Alex would definitely be a victim. Especially if all the ICE agents had weapons. Like, he's only one person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had weapons of mass destruction, I understand. But that's tricky. That's tricky.
Have the pointing of fingers and the blame game going on. Everything I've done at the direction of the president and Stephen, as in Miller. Noam told the person who then spoke with Axios. From the outlet, the CBP officers on the ground furnished a report that White House officials told Axios left officials with the belief that Preddy had brandished a gun. Miller heard gun and knew what the narrative would be. Preddy came to massacre cops, a source briefed on the process of assembling the press statement said. Then there was this sign-off from ProPublica. Here that is. The Department of Justice said it's investigating the incident, but the names of the 2 agents have been withheld from Congress and from state and local law enforcement. The policy of shielding officers' identities, particularly after a public shooting, is a stark departure from standard law enforcement protocols, according to lawmakers, state attorneys general, and former federal officials. Such secrecy, in our view, deprives the public of the most fundamental tool for accountability, which is just so ballsy.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So brave. It really is. At a time when they are arresting journalists for covering events that they get tips about from local activists in the area in regards to, of course, Don Lemon, or as House calls him, Don Lemon. There's a reason why they want to attack the press. There is a reason why they want lapdog media. It's because ProPublica, and like many other outlets, are not for bending the knee to fascism. They are not for coddling up to billionaires and trying to carry out their will through the mass information that they try to control and filter through. It is this. And I am glad that ProPublica is doing this. They've been one of the best outlets, along with NPR, along with Democracy Now!, along with PBS. And you wonder why they are attacking media. You wonder why they are bankrupting media. It's because without this unfiltered way of going about presenting media, we wouldn't have these names. We probably wouldn't have Jonathan Ross's name if it wasn't for the independent research and digging of journalists locally in Minneapolis. So if you can, and look, this is a little weird to say because I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it, but support independent media. Support ProPublica. If you can, buy them a cup of coffee a month.
I ain't buying him no coffee or nothing. But what I would say is he's right about the media situation. Media used to be a thing of how to spread propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Like before the news, they used to have like newspapers and posters like, oh, this man is wanted. He did such and such, or like they could say, this country is bad. That's just why we're going to war, and they might make a poster about it, and it's like it was a way of spreading propaganda. So now the media is kind of like making a shift. So it went from spreading propaganda to finding the truth. So that's like the shift in the internet, the shift in media and how media works now. So yes, you can still spread propaganda on the social media, but there's always people that's gonna like go opposite of what you're saying, if it's especially if it's propaganda and it's fake. So it's a bittersweet thing, but yeah. You just gotta find you gotta figure out what the truth is. Or you can accept the lie. It's up to you. It's up to you. Alright, y'all. That's the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this. Make sure you follow me on TikTok at We Not Outside. That's outside with 2 E's. And also make sure you subscribe to my Twitch at We Not Outside. That's outside with 3 E's. If you want to see short form content, short clips, or you want to catch me live daily, make sure you follow me on TikTok. And also, if you want to recommend a video, DM me on TikTok, comment on one of my videos on TikTok, or you can come on this video, or you can come on one of my videos that I have on my channel, and I'll be sure to look at it, check it out, and it's very helpful. It makes my job way more easier, and I very much appreciate it. With that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe again, and I'm out.